Hey, what's going on? It's Doug Cunnington here, and in this video, I interview Adrian Diaz, and he is a longtime friend of the Niche Site Project website. He's a student of Five Figure Niche Site. He's been on the show a couple times, and at this point in time, he recently hit, I think it was $1,400 per month, and that gives his site roughly a valuation of $42,000. I remember Adrian from early YouTube live streams. He would come on, ask a ton of questions. He enrolled in the course, and that's been almost a couple years now. So it's awesome to see him progress in his journey. And we get into a lot of details. We talk about just starting out. We talk about earning money, growing the site in general. And I highly encourage you to check out Adrian's YouTube channel. So he's been putting out some stuff. And we'll put a link in the description. So after you watch this interview, you can check out his channel, watch a couple videos. And by the way, if you're brand new to this channel, watch a few of the other videos. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And without further ado, let's hear from Adrian. Hey, what's going on? It's Doug Cunnington here from The Doug Show, and I'm with Adrian Diaz. How are you today?
Hey, Doug. I'm excellent. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
And for the people that don't know you and they haven't heard of you before, can you give just a quick intro about what your day job is and just kind of the earnings that you are at this point in time?
Of course, I'm working in construction. Actually, I just got home from work, and I'm a plant operator. And to go straight to the point, last month my website made 700 plus. I don't have the image in front of me, but 700 plus in December.
Just from Amazon, right?
Just from the Amazon, exactly. And obviously I have other kind of affiliate programs going on, but not with this website.
Okay. So from one website, you made 700 from Amazon. Overall, how much are all your websites making? That's what we're trying to get to.
Well, it was 1,400 plus from
all my earnings.
Yeah, all my earnings, from other programs and all that good stuff.
Okay, cool. Congratulations. I know that's a huge milestone. You're a student of Five Figure Niche Site. And I remember you were lurking in YouTube videos for a little while. And then finally you enrolled back in, was it 2017?
I think it was 2017, yes.
Okay, sweet. And what's the journey been like? Because you were making nothing at the very beginning, and then it's been slow growth, and now you hit 1,400, which is higher than whatever I thought it was when you shot me an email last week.
Yeah, it's obviously when I've started, I believe the website made its first sale after 2 weeks I've launched it, and it was like a Christmas present because it was on the 23rd of December. So I was pretty happy about that, and obviously that gave me a huge boost of motivation to actually keep working on the site. And slowly the website got some traction. Obviously, because I was targeting low competition keywords, I was managing to get some number one positions very quickly, and I believe that I was having 15 articles on page one and overall on the website when I hit $100 per month consistently.
Very good. And you mentioned low competition keywords and $100 per month with just a handful of articles, something like 20 or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was even less. It was 15 articles.
15
overall on the website. Yeah.
Okay, and some of them were ranking number one, not all of them.
Not all of most of them are on page one, and I had most of them on top three, I would say. That's actually was the little success that I had at the beginning. There was no competition, especially because I had written some good how-to articles, which after that I was pointing the people to the reviews that I had on the website, and seems like it worked quite well.
Awesome. Yeah. And I was going to say, a lot of people, I get these questions. I think you see them too, Adrian, where
A lot.
people are like, I've had my site going for 4 months. I have zero traffic. I have not made a sale. I put in $4,000. Like, what am I doing wrong? They're definitely doing something wrong. And you mentioned within 2 weeks after enrolling in the course, right?
Yeah.
You made a sale, and maybe it was lucky, but you still made a sale. So from what you know now, like what is the little missing piece that some people are not getting to not make that sale earlier?
I guess obviously I don't know exactly what that could be, but my guess is that um, some people, they might targeting the wrong keywords. Um, I've seen this a lot. I have in the last year, I had many people messaging me from Facebook looking to look at the website, and they targeting the wrong keywords. Most of those keywords are actually uh, huge keywords, right? They have like 5,000, 10,000 monthly searches, and you could say that they are seed keywords. Instead of uh, I don't know, best knife for meat, people will go straight for best knives 2020. And obviously that's that's a keyword that you're not going to get to rank for, especially if your website is brand new.
And what do you think people are going for those keywords?
Why, you mean? Is that what you asked? Why?
Yes.
I guess, first of all, because they don't have guidance, I would say. And um, and second, probably it's, you know, that's human, greed. I would say, oh, I want a big one. I want a big keyword. I want to make $1,000 per week right now. So, I mean, it takes patience. That's the secret. That's my secret. And others, the people that I know, they have patience with, especially when you don't know anything about this. You need to have a lot of patience.
Yes, I totally agree. So let's get into some of the nuts and bolts of the site now. So you mentioned you had $100 when you only had like 15 articles, which is pretty cool because some people, they're like, hey, I'm going to publish 300 articles and I'm just going to keep my head down and do all this work. And they just kind of lose sight of like what they're trying to do. And they're just trying to do a ton of work. I don't know why people do that, but anyway, at this point, your site's been around for over 2 years. So how much content is out there? How long is the content? Just tell us about it a little bit.
Yeah. On that note, that people put so many content nowadays, again, because my guess is they don't have the right guidance. They probably just heard, oh, for you to make a website and make money, you need to publish a lot of content, which is not the case, or at least is not always the case. So my website, um, right now, I don't believe has more than 55. Hang on a sec. 55 articles posted. Um, some of them are really bad because I haven't touched them since I launched the website, and I really I I didn't have the knowledge that I have right now. So they're not very well optimized in terms of keywords, in terms of CRO. They're really bad. But there's 55 articles right now posted, and in terms of how big they are, the reviews, none of them are longer than 1,500 words. Some of them are even way less than that. Um, the how-to articles, again, it will depend on how much information I can find out there. But again, they don't go over 2,000 words. And the biggest articles that I have, they are the type of articles, best product for user, or top product for blah blah blah. And those are quite big because, for example, if I have a top 10 excuse me, if I have a top 10, like a list, like a listicle, obviously I have a mini review for each one of them, and then at the end, I'll try to do a buyer's guide as well. So those are like, uh, I believe the biggest one is 5,000 words.
Okay. So as short as 1,000 words or so, and some of them are pretty long, 5,000 words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest one. I don't think I have another one as big as that one, but
Okay.
just to give you a range.
Gotcha. Very cool. And I was just talking to our mutual friend yesterday, Marty, who hit 100 articles on his site, and he's making like north of 5,000 ish per month.
So happy
So
for him.
it's awesome. Yeah, he quit his job in like September, October
September,
timeframe.
yeah.
So yeah, so super cool. And just another example, like you don't have to have a crazy amount of content. And I'm part of the problem, right? Because people will see like out of context case study information that I have
Hmm.
to live on YouTube and do stuff, and people watch the one thing, maybe not watch all of it, and then just think, hey, I'm going to replicate that, which generally is not going to work. So just full disclosure. I mean, you're not going to fail completely, most likely. But yeah, if someone's just like, hey, I'm going to copy something exactly, probably not going to work. Okay.
Yeah, and I believe the problem is, Doug, as well, that when people are trying to make so many articles and you don't have a team in place, it's extremely difficult for you to actually optimize uh, um, all those pages to make sure they have the right keywords in the right places. You know, it's difficult for you to keep track of so many articles.
Yes,
You
that
know.
is 100% true. Now, anything else with the content? Any tips that you have? Did you write all the content, for example?
I did at the beginning, but I soon decided to get a writer on board because my extremely limited time. I have less than 2 hours per day to dedicate to this business, and straight away I got a writer from Fiverr. Then I heard people talking about Upwork, and then I got some writers there. But at this point, I'm not writing any content. I'm just doing myself the introduction, so I make sure the CTA it's in place, and the keywords and all that good stuff, and the outro. That's the only thing that I do to my articles.
Okay, cool. And how was the quality from Fiverr?
It was ranking number one, some of them. So in terms of Google quality, if you mean, they were ranking. So they were good, but I had to touch them a little bit. Obviously, English is not my first language, so I couldn't say, hey, this article is not that good. But um, they're not perfect, of course. They're not perfect. I mean, most of these guys that you hire, probably they're from India, Philippines. My actual writer now, she's from Kenya. So you're gonna have some issues with the way they structure the phrases and all that. But one thing I have in my plan to do for this year is to actually get a someone to proofread my content before publish it, like someone native, maybe someone from US or from the UK at least. Um, you know.
Yeah, I would highly, I would highly recommend that. And I think your, your mention, hey, the quality was good enough to rank number one in Google. However, that could be due to very good keyword research
Could be.
and may not
Yeah.
reflect on the
Mm,
quality of the article.
for sure. I mean, obviously, once I say this many times on the Facebook group, people, they keep talking about the quality of the content. Well, it needs to be like BBC quality. It doesn't have to be BBC quality, but once you rank, obviously you need to make it good for the user. So the user can read it, can leave comments, share it maybe. When people, they go just mad over the how good quality needs to be.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, good quality is probably the minimum. But I know, actually, I just purchased a site recently, and I thought the content, when I just perused it quickly, looked fine. I didn't really see anything. But once I started editing each article using Grammarly, I saw there were probably 20 mistakes per 1,000 words, whether it was punctuation, a misspelled word, like a typo, just
Yeah,
some transposed. And I think that like that does matter, especially it was like across the whole site. So I'm
yeah,
not sure. I'll have to check the analytics and some other data, but I changed everything within a week. Took forever, but I think it does matter to like keep it clean. But I think it doesn't have to be written in a super like you said, like ultra high quality. I
yeah,
think like
yeah,
as long as it can communicate and there's not like clearly misspelled words that um Grammarly could find,
yeah.
then you're probably okay.
Well, actually,
So
this is funny because actually, I was talking to Marty the other day about the comment I received on my website on one of the posts. It's a how-to post, so obviously people are looking for information on how to do a task. And the guy said, Adrian, um, after if I close my eyes and go over the misspells and mispunctuation and all that, your article is great. Thank you very much for your help. But the guy did let me know he wasn't you know great in terms of grammar and all that.
so do you use Grammarly, at least the
I
free
do use it.
version?
I do use
Okay.
it. Yes.
So how, like, did you go back and check that article? Like, what's the deal?
I do check the article, but the problem is Grammarly sometimes um, when it marks the text with the color or whatever, and obviously that means you need to change something there, is not always the best change. I mean, I'm not sure if it makes sense, but I don't know how Grammarly works, but if you change a word in a phrase that Grammarly thinks is wrong, then the whole phrase goes, is going to be even worse
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yes. That it's wrong sometimes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's wrong.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
worse. It's gonna make it worse than it was.
You do. Yeah. You know what? You're 100% right. Because sometimes I do see a mistake marked. And then when I look at it, I read it and I'm like, nope, that's what I meant.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So you still have to use your brain. Obviously, my brain thinks in many languages, but still, I don't have that knowledge, like like a native guy to say, hey.
All right. We had some small technical difficulties. I think Adrian's using like a 56K modem over there, like dial up or something. So you were just saying sometimes Grammarly isn't 100% and they mark something that shouldn't be changed. So that totally makes
Yeah,
sense. I've seen that too.
yeah.
So moving on to promotion and link building and all that stuff, what sort of link building have you done? Can you just talk about your approach?
Um, so last time we talked, I had 2 backlinks to my site. Well, now I have 3 backlinks. So I don't build links. I might sound like one of those SEOs out there, but I don't build links to my site. I didn't feel the need to until recently when I've started to lose traffic and positions because I have new competition trying to get my position. So they pushing me down on the SERP, and I believe now it's the time for me to start building some links. But overall, when I started the website, I've done the foundational backlinks, social profiles, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, all that good stuff. I've done a PR as well. What else I've done? I've done a few Web 2.0s, just so I can so I can dominate the web for my brand name. And what else I've done? Oh, Quora. I used Quora quite a lot at the beginning to answer questions to people. And blog comments. I've done those a lot. I remember there was a time when I asked you, Doug, do you think that's a lot? And it was a lot. I mean, I was doing, I don't know, it was some ridiculous. I was doing some 30, 40, 50 per day. And obviously now all of them sticked, but those who sticked, the good thing about those who sticked is because I went back to the websites that actually I did blog commenting. Those websites are real blogs in my niche or related to my niche that has traffic. So people will went to that blog, they read about blah 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 whatever it was, and then they will go to comments, and then possibly they could go to my website, which I found that to be quite helpful.
Yes, definitely in the very beginning. And I think, no one needs to do the 30 or 40 per day. I think I probably told you don't
Yeah,
do
you
that
did tell
many.
me. Yeah, you did.
So one thing I want to, I guess, talk about is your 2 to 3 like backlinks or guest posts that you've gotten.
Yeah,
And I'll put you on the spot here, right? So you have a YouTube channel too. So I'll put you on the spot.
go on then.
So you could talk about this on your channel, perhaps.
Yeah.
So Marty, I just interviewed him yesterday, and he was like, I didn't spend too much time link building, but he got like 30 or 40 guest posts, I think. He is making over 5,000 per month now. And obviously you didn't have quite as much time as him and a few other factors. So
Yeah.
you get a pass on that.
Yeah.
But you know that links help, right? It's in the course. I told you, you see other people doing links. It's not like, there's only a couple people out there, I think, that are doing content websites that are like, I don't build links. I just ignore it. There's only a handful. And I think they're maybe kind of pandering to people that don't want to build links, to be honest with you. The other part is a long statement / question. The other part is, I know in the course, a lot of the success story folks like yourself, Christy, Marty, there's a few other people who are like, I'm doing pretty good with content. Maybe I'm just going to keep ignoring links. And they ignore links for a long time. And eventually it's like very clear that they've spent too much time on content and not enough on backlinks. So and you're also a student of smart SEO folks who definitely tell you, right? Build
For
links.
sure, yes.
Definitely. So how do you still justify, or how did you justify up until recently that you were going to just keep doing content and no links?
Well, I thought that, I didn't thought it was proof that I was making money with, less than 30 articles. So at that point, to me, was like, why should I spend money acquiring links when I can still publish content which ranks straight away? I remember there was an evening when I did a how-to article again, and ranked, like, I hit publish. I put it on the rank tracker, and it was like half an hour, position 3. So that's why I didn't build links until now, because I didn't need, you could say, my authority of the site, but my site doesn't have that much authority. But Google loves the site for some reason, and I didn't need it. But I know that it's a fact that at some point you have to build links. There's no way around it. If you want to compete, of course, if you want to be at the top of Google, and you'll be silly to think that people who are in the same niche as you, they sleep. They don't sleep. They build links, they outreach, they do all this good stuff. So it's time for me now, 2020, to start build some links, of course, to the website.
Cool. Yeah. And for people that may still not buy into it, that's fine. Cause
It's fine. Okay. Look, Google works on backlinks. Doesn't matter what you think, doesn't matter what the other guy think. It's part of Google algorithm.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I mean, until Google will say, come out and say, hey, listen, our AI is so smart that we don't need links, because we use entities and semantic web and all that good stuff. We don't need links anymore. But that's gonna take some time. So,
It's basically the top ranking factor.
yeah,
So like
exactly.
there's some other factors in there.
Yeah.
Yes. And it varies from keyword to keyword and all that stuff. Cool. So at some point you were like, and here, we'll just say it explicitly just in case anyone missed it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you were able to publish stuff that would rank very high in like 30 minutes, like you said.
Yeah.
However, the problem is that means someone can just go look at your site, do the exact same thing, copy the content, basically, make it a little better, copy your
Mm-hmm.
keywords, get one link, one comment, no follow link, and they probably will outrank you. It's that like straightforward. And that is why, even if you don't get a ton of links, even if you don't do a whole lot of link building, like if you get a handful, like you will do okay.
You'll do
Um,
okay for sure. I mean, obviously, it has to do with relevancy as well, how relevant that link is, or that page that the guy's gonna build to compete with me. Maybe that's why Google loves my stuff, because it's all relevant to each other, all the pages and all that good stuff. But as you said, just a link. You just need a link to kick my ass. you know
yeah. Yeah. And that's part of the reason like I outlined a specific way to like do content and link building in the course, and very few people follow it, to be honest with you. Everyone thinks they know just a little better than me, and maybe they
Well,
do,
it's always
but
that situation, professor and student, right?
yeah, it's like test it out for a little while and let me know later. So
Hmm.
okay, moving forward, um we are going to talk about your link building plan, because now you have the fire lit under you. You are thinking, hey, links are a good idea. So, what are you going to do here in 2020?
I haven't put a plan together, but basically, what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start um, building some links, um, a variety of links. Obviously, I'm gonna acquire some from those link builders out there, and I'm gonna try to do some outreach myself. Excuse me, but I don't have like a very definite plan right now in my mind
Okay,
about link building.
cool. So, and you're not like, hey, I want to try and get 30 this year or
Oh no, that
anything like that.
obviously, since my site is kind of going, as we go,
Hmm.
it's ongoing. Um, what I do have clearly in my mind now is that I have my website has definite silos. So you have a keyword cluster here, keyword cluster here, keyword cluster here. So what I'm gonna try to do is build links to each one of those and see which one has more potential, to make me even more money. Otherwise, I'm just gonna spend my money on building links, and probably I'm not gonna even rank for that big keyword.
Okay, so you have some silos set up, and you're going to build links to certain silos and
Yeah,
see which ones rank better.
exactly. I mean, first of all, I know that I have some products that are making me more money than the others, but at the same time, those that are not making me too much money is because they're not ranking very high. So I need to figure out which way to go first. Am I gonna try to rank these ones better, or I'm gonna try this one to make these ones that already giving me money, but they are in position 3. Should I make them go position 1? You know.
How will
Um,
you determine that?
I read a post about it, and it's just about uh, trying to figure out on Amazon, going on Amazon and see those how do you call them, the IDs that I have set up for each product,
Mhm.
and for each page. um, I think I'm gonna go for the money first, for those pages that are making me money already.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'll give you a free tip.
Hmm.
You should go for the ones at 3 and get them to number 1, because that'll be worth more than if you try to get something from like number, let's say you go from
60.
number 10 to number 4.
Yeah.
Probably is not going to be worth as much. It's going from 3 to 1, maybe exactly the same amount of work. So yeah, and I think you were talking about using your tracking IDs
Hmm.
to like I guess measure the revenue per page when you make
Exactly.
changes
Yeah.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But probably it'll be pretty clear when you see traffic. When you go from number 3 to number 2, you'll see a big bump. When you go to number 1, you'll see like it's super clear when that happens. So usually that's better to like just accelerate on what's working versus like try to like um fix things that aren't working well to get them okay. It's better
Yeah.
to just
Yeah.
get something working like really awesome.
Exactly. And the difference between position 2 to position 3 to position 1, for example, it's quite huge in terms of clicks, or uh, obviously if you have the right title tags in, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Cool. So moving on, how has this site impacted your life?
Hmm. Well, as you can see, I'm still working. As I said, I just came back from work, so I didn't quit my job. But on the other hand, it provided, it changed my life in a way that I didn't think it would. First of all, this laptop here that I'm talking about, that I'm talking from, I bought it with the money that I made from the website. Um, I pay some of the bills I pay with the money that I make from the website. So many times I don't touch my salary, which is great. But it's not only that; is the fact that it gave me, it opened the door to such an amazing world for me. The marketing, digital marketing space, that no one managed to do before, and it excited me in such a way that I want to do this like 100%, and I want to do this for the rest of my life. uh you know it basically changed the vision that I have about life, I would say,
Cool.
and what I want to be and where I want to be.
So yeah, you want to talk about that more? Like, where do you want to be? You said you want to basically do digital marketing type work. Yeah,
Oh
what
yeah.
else do you see out there for you?
Well, I see many opportunities in since I speak several languages. I have the I have the um, possibility to create websites in other niches that, let's say, for example, are more profitable, but the competition is less
Mhm.
in other countries, and I can create my own digital agency in the future. Obviously, um, I've talked with some people at work if they want me to do type of lead gen for them. It's kind of referral, it's kind of still affiliate, right? But you'll build a different type of website for them, where you send, instead of clicks, you'll send calls to these guys, and I can see myself working from anywhere. That's the beauty of digital marketing. I can't wait to quit my job so I can go to Spain. I have a home in Spain. So I would love to be there for 2 months if I want to. I have family in Brazil, so if I want to go to Brazil and stay there for 6 months, I can go there. This vision that I never had before. It kind of give another spin to my life. It's
Very
amazing,
cool.
honestly. I mean, I've never been so excited before about something. Put it this way.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's like once you are exposed to some of the ideas and then you figure out that you can actually do it, it's not a big scam, then like the all these opportunities open up and it's like probably challenging for you, Adrian, to like not do every single thing that you
Wow.
see
Yeah.
come down the way, right?
Keep it focused,
Yeah.
especially with the limited amount of time that I have. And this is one of the things that actually I talk to the boys at work as well. It's, don't say you don't have time. Don't say you don't have money. Don't say you don't have this. Don't say, just find it. Because I'm sure if you don't have time, just quit playing PlayStation for 2 hours. It's that's badly I want to become free. You know, um, so put it this way, I really want to be a digital marketer, not a crane operator.
Right. Right. So for people that want to replicate your success, do you have any like broad tips or mindset ideas? Feel free to repeat yourself from earlier. I know there were nuggets as we've talked, but yeah, any tips for people looking to replicate what you've done?
Of course. First of all, you need to think about um, digital marketing in general, as a long-term thing, as a long-term plan, that is going to provide you, that's going to provide you the exit, if you want, from the rat race, or from the life that you hate, just like Marty did in September. So take it with the mindset of not making money overnight, because you're not gonna make it. Look, I'm 2 years into this thing, and I didn't quit my job, but the passion that I have and the enthusiasm that I have to do it is just out of this world, because I want to do it. So take your time. um, and another thing that I like to do, Doug, in the last, since I started actually with your course, is I like to read books. And I quit watching TV and read newspapers, because they have so much negativity going on. I hate that thing, because it take my peace of mind. So I read books. uh, I made friends. That's another very, very important thing. I said it before. Make friends. When you join a course, maybe if you want to join that course, or it doesn't matter if you join a course, there's free Facebook groups out there. Just join with the community, talk about it, because you need to be in a community that will understand you, right? Because if you go to your mom and you explain her that you want to be a digital marketer, you will come up these ideas of scam or something, as we all know. Talk to people that understand you, right? And don't, because otherwise they will just put a cap on you. No, just don't do that. That's stupid. Um, and commit yourself. You have to commit yourself to at least 1 hour per day, to do some whatever little task you want to do. You have to commit to yourself to at least open the laptop. That's what I do. I have here in the kitchen, I have a whiteboard, and I have what I want to do. uh, i um, I put like little notes. So today I'm just how much time do I have? Just 1 hour. Okay, let's create a nice picture in Canva. Sometimes takes me an hour, sometimes takes me less, but at least I open the laptop and I go to the business. I really believe that's extremely, extremely important, to take little steps in order to achieve the bigger ones. And I mean, I could talk like this forever, Doug, but it's
Cool.
it's all about the mindset. As you said, you need to put yourself in a mindset of a business person, not just a guy. Oh, let me do this cool thing that they talk about. Make money online, passive income. No, just put yourself in the mindset of a business person, because what you are building, it's a business. It's not just a website.
Very good. Thanks, Adrian. Where can people follow you? You have a YouTube channel out there, and tell us about that a little bit.
Yes, I have a YouTube channel. Thank you for allowing me to say that. It's called Hasta la Vista Boss. And it's all about, as I was saying just a couple of minutes ago, that you want to be around a community that's positive, that talk about the stuff that you want to achieve as well. So what I'm trying to do with the YouTube channel is to incentivize beginners or people who never heard about digital marketing. Because this is, if you remember in the first video, this is the thing that I told you. Why the hell no one told me before? What I was doing for the last 10 years, you know? So I want to be out there and tell people, hey, there's another way to make money. There's another way to have a job. I mean, you can be the boss. You know, why have the boss when you can be the boss? And obviously, I'm going to talk about my journey, how I started, and where I want to be. I'm going to share some tips, SEO tips that I'm learning from guys like Kyle Roof, and you know, other helpful stuff that people are asking in Facebook groups all the time. Like, can I have 2 H1s? Well, I'm going to make a video why you should not have 2 H1s, you know, and that kind of help that people, I think, need. So far, it's all positive. People loved it. I believe I have 120 subscribers. I didn't expect to have more than 10. But yeah, it's growing, and I'm very excited about it.
That's awesome. Very cool. YouTube's been great for me. And I was going to let you know, as soon as your channel starts growing and gets more traction, then it won't be so positive and people will be mean in comments to you. So you have that to look forward to, but that's good, because if you were making people upset and they went to tell you about it, at least you got a reaction. So
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Just wait.
First milestone, if you want, with the YouTube channel, obviously when you get to 100 subscribers, they will allow you to have your custom URL. You know, so
Oh, nice.
That's the first victory there.
Yeah. So how many subscribers did you need?
I have 112, I believe.
Okay. So you could have like the vanity URL.
Yeah, you'll have YouTube/C/Hasta la Vista Boss.
Cool. Congratulations. That's fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. And there's like endless number of videos that you can do, like the questions you were asking. You could just go to nichesitecproject.com/FAQ and do a video on every one of those.
I take all of them, yes.
Even though I've done a video on all of them already, like people ask and then they don't read the thing. So you could basically just keep republishing the same stuff. Yeah. The content just gets eaten up. They will. So anyway, YouTube's super fun.
It is a lot, to be honest. Yeah.
You got a great setup there, and I'll mention, just because we got a second here, but you know, you had a nice background and everything with your logo, which I have nothing. I just have a mess behind me.
I can make you one if you want.
Well, the thing is, I was like, Adrian, I don't like it. Get rid of it. So in his videos, like he has them. He like had it here, and I was like, you got to get rid of it, buddy. Sorry. So anyway, check out Adrian's videos. You have like a most popular video right now, like currently as we're recording.
Yeah, I think it's one about Kyle, and the second one is about Marty quitting his job.
Awesome. Very cool. So everyone check those out.
A few hundred views. So I'm very happy.
Nice. Very cool. Well, thanks a lot, Adrian. We will probably gather some questions up. We'll have you back on for an update, and looking forward to it. Thanks a lot, man.
I can't wait, man. Thanks a lot, Doug.
Thanks again to Adrian for taking the time to chat with us. And like I said, he's been on the channel several other times. So if you want to see his journey, you can go back and watch the first interview I did with him, where he was making like $100 a month. He was very green, and you know, he's brand new back then. So he has learned a ton. He's been executing. He's been working hard, and hopefully we can get him back on the channel sometime in the future to get an update. So thanks again, and we will see you on the next episode.